Hello, welcome to this podcast type thing. I have been looking through different things, and there's different things that I really want to veer my channels into. Now, this video is going to go up on the vlog channel, and I'm going to do this once a week. That's the plan, at least. Is upload a podcast once a week, and that will go out to you guys. At some points, I'll have some special guests, either in person or maybe even virtually, who I'll be chatting about maybe their gaming channel or even maybe their YouTube channel, their YouTube career. And sometimes I may be just doing a normal one-to-one little chat with you like this one is going to be. Now, these podcasts are going to be done and they're going to be uploaded separately to separate videos, probably going to be uploaded on a Sunday, which gives a whole week to edit and upload each one. Now, these ones, of course, are mainly sit down, just have a bit of a chat about this, and I'm going to try and get these distributed on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud, and all the other platforms that you can possibly think of. So it's an easier way to listen to these, whether you're out and about, maybe listening in the car. So, I did a podcast series like this on Spotify once before, and that was called if I seem to remember rightly, it was to do with Manumission's personal journal, which is my journal on a day-to-day basis, which was before about coding, mod manager, and updates on health, which, of course, I've still wanted to. I tried it out with that. I tried it out with that whole series, and I thought maybe that would be a good way to get myself going, and maybe that would be a good way of getting everything working nicely and just seeing how podcasting works. And in all honesty, I actually quite enjoyed it. I actually spent the majority of it recording just on my phone, whereas this time I want to do a bit more of a sit down recorded video style, which of course gets uploaded to YouTube, so you guys can watch on YouTube. If you want to find all the details, links will be in the description, also on the YouTube channel, or wherever you're watching this, they'll be in the bio, so you'll be able to find out where to go and click subscribe. If you do want to ever find out about more of my information, you can go check out my old username, which is manumission247.co.uk, which take you to my beacons page, which is where you'll be able to find all of these podcasts. Over the last couple of days since my birthday on the 14th of July, I was starting my whole section of Subathon. It was the whole big Subathon plan. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to create content for. And this Subathon was brilliant. It worked out dramatically well. I had 21 subscribers that day, and that was outstanding. It was amazing. I was shocked. The problem is that I doubled the time up to about 45 hours, and 45 hours, no human body can stay awake for that long, especially on Twitch. It's not really beneficial, and I've got two dogs which need walks and do everything else. So in the end, I had to split those things up by my health reasons, because of course I've got bowel conditions as well, which I'll get into on another episode. But those whole subathon section has now got to me about 12 hours and 52 minutes left. Now I'm splitting them up each and every single day, trying to get the most out of this whole series and try and do long live streams as much as possible. The only problem with these long live streams is that I've been streaming for the last 4 or 5 days with a maximum of about 1 or 2 people watching at max, and that's throughout the whole of the episode. There's no extra content, and in all honesty, my brain's going, do I really want to continue even being on Twitch? Because I don't think Twitch is the platform. I've tried my best to try and push it forward, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this in regards to trying getting more content that makes life a lot more easier, to watch and to understand and have some fun without having that viewer interaction that I was expecting, especially after getting 21 subscribers. And majority of those live streams, I think I got an average of about 20 viewers, maybe even average about 10 to 20 viewers for those streams. And then I go ahead and stream the next day about the same time, and the viewers drop down to 5, followed by the next day down to 3, and now recently down to 1 or 2. That is a massive dilemma for me because it's like, am I killing my Twitch channel by continuing on? Which is why I put up a Twitter poll. I put it up on my Twitter, which said, on my Twitter, I put the message out. I'm going to go and have a look at this exact tweet. So I put the message as, do people want me to continue the 15-hour timer or just stream at any point? And we've now got 5 votes in it. 80% of the timer, 80% of the votes were yes, continue the timer, which means that I've got to continue the timer with 7 6-hour streams. Those 7 6-hour streams are really tiring in itself because I'm used to about 2.5 3-hour streams. So when I go ahead and try to go live early, it's about midday if I was to start early. By the time I finish, it's about 7 o'clock. That has voided the option of being able to create dinner. It's voided 7 hours of the vlog that I normally do on a day-to-day basis, which has harpered a lot of my vlog channel recently. It's also harpered a lot of issues between different situations. And that just takes, in all honesty, it's difficult to try and move on from, trying to keep an active community engaged and entertained for 7 hours. It's hard in itself. So that's why, in all honesty, my plan now is I'm going to go live at about 8 o'clock each night. And that's going to be for 2.5 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on if people are watching. If people are watching at the time, then of course I may extend it for 3-4 hours. But it will all depend on viewer engagements rather than trying to do it when I am available, which is from midday onwards. In the morning, I'm dedicating that time towards my business. I have to dedicate it towards that business. In regards to getting things set up, like I've been setting up single sign-on authentication for everything, securing down all the accounts for my business to make sure that we have the most secure IT provider that's available. So it's a lot less harder for people to lose their data with us, which is the main thing. Being an IT company, we kind of have to make sure that's there and available for us to use. So trying to get these streams to be correct and nice and running okay is difficult in itself, which is why even at the best of times I struggle to do the 7-hour streams. And okay, it was fun on my birthday, but coming on a couple of days later, yes, of course I had to take some time off. I have a bowel condition, as you guys know, and that bowel condition can flare up within a matter of seconds. It could be in about 2 minutes I'll have to run to the loo, and it could be the next day that I have to run to the loo. And when I do start going to the loo, that's a whole day of me, unfortunately, every 30 minutes going to the loo because of my condition. Currently, my condition has been unknown. It's been not fully diagnosed. And I say not fully because they gave me a diagnosis at once. That diagnosis was incorrect. They then gave me another diagnosis. That diagnosis was incorrect. They then gave me the diagnosis of cancer at some points, which of course that then became incorrect. I've had that diagnosis of cancer about 4 or 5 times, and recently they now think it's more Crohn's. Now, I've done a little bit more research into my things, speaking to other people who've also got Crohn's, and we think it's actually a different condition rather than just Crohn's itself. We think it's actually Crohn's with arthritis, which of course that would explain why my knees hurt, my legs hurt, and my back hurts and everything else when I go to use normal strenuous materials and strenuous activities, which is why I struggle working as well, because as soon as my stress levels increase, my stress levels just have to increase just a little bit, and that will cause my bowel condition to flare up, which is why I personally can't go into a job and just go, hey, can I have this job please? Because if I go there and there's a teeny bit of stress, which normally most people can deal with, my body can't deal with it. I'm in the loo for the majority of the time. Next thing I know, I've got a job and I've got a boss breathing down my neck saying, hey, why are you going to the loo 50 times a day? When in all honesty, I literally can't stop. It's not like I want to stop or that I'm spending too much time there doing other things. It's more the fact that I'm in excruciating pain. And with the heat that's recently happened, let's just say I sweat buckets on those days, and it doesn't help. I'm trying to find different ways of coping it with it. I've tried dietary changes to see if there's anything in my diet that changes it. I've tried different things to happen, and nothing has really taken effect overall across the whole condition. The only thing that has taken effect recently for me is the fact that I've been trying to not go as often as much as I possibly can and try and relax as much as possible. Notice my conditions when I start getting stressed. And when I do get stressed, just go and have a lie down as much as possible, because when I lie down, I can repair my body repairs, and then it makes my life a lot more easier in that regards. So, yes, I would like to continue doing these podcasts. I would like to do my live streams more often. I'd like to do them daily, maybe about 8 o'clock, continue them on for about 2 hours, plan for 2 hour streams. If it gets bigger and busier, then go further than that. But that allows me to have that strenuous time of being able to go, this is what I'm doing then, this is what I'm doing then. And also have a schedule of Euro Truck Simulator, Flight Simulator, Minecraft, and all the other games that I want to play, as well as having like a half an hour part of that stream, whether that be at the end or the beginning, which is view engagement, which it gets you guys talking the things, maybe having mini games that we all play, and just try and suggest each different thing. So trying to find that balance, it's a careful balance. Too much streaming can knock people away. Too little streaming can knock people away. Trying to get that careful balance when you're streaming is difficult in itself, which is why I wanted to try and do a bit of a podcast type scenario. So that way I can just basically explain to people how I've been feeling about these streams, why I put up those posts on Twitter, why I put up those things in the vlogs. Because, of course, my daily vlogs, I record them every single day from the morning, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. The other thing that needs to happen is each day I have to decide when I'm going to edit the vlog. And that vlog has to be edited by 6:30. It has to be uploaded to YouTube. And by then, I have to decide whether I'm going to do a thumbnail or not. Recently, I've not been doing thumbnails. So I've been liking the pictures that just come up because it explains what's happening throughout the day. And just coming up with engaging titles. So having my camera available every single day, doing a daily vlog on a day-to-day basis, that's always difficult. Right this second, I'm currently doing a podcast. Now, this is something that's going to go up on this channel and also be available on all social media. You'll be able to find that out. And trying to do segments like that where I'm recording a clip, getting certain footage, making sure that I record engaging footage and trying to get different camera angles, try and get different shots. Trying to make my whole vlog style engaging is difficult as itself. That's a day-to-day task that I've got to do. It's a day-to-day task I don't have to do, but in all honesty, I've now done 85 vlogs. And 85 vlogs kind of lets you know that, yes, you're in the right place. You enjoy doing it. It's what I've been enjoying doing every single day. And the fact that I've been taken away from it because I've been doing everything to do with my live streams to try and get the Twitch streams on, it's put me on a bit more of a down and thinking, why am I doing Twitch streams when it's not really what I want to do? I'd like doing Twitch streams. I like doing them in the afternoon. I like doing live streams, but at the same time, I like having the editorial control over what I'm going to be doing in the vlogs, what I'm going to be doing in the gaming channel. I'm trying to reboot the gaming channel as well because the gaming channel had a couple of weeks break. So having that half and half where I'm trying to juggle time is so difficult. Now, of course, trying to juggle my time and trying to do these gaming videos that I do on the Wolven Galaxy server, I spent a couple of weeks having a break from it because of a certain issue that happened on the server. I kept it away from the vlogs because of certain issues, but it's something that I'd like to bring up at one point, just to, you know, go, this is what happened. In all honesty, I believe I took the situation wrong, and I believe the way that I handled it was not correct. But it took a long time for me to work that out. And there's a couple of things on Wolven Galaxy itself at the moment that a lot of people are not liking. A lot of the content creators on Wolven Galaxy We have a role called Wolf Break in brackets. If you're on the Wolf and Galaxy server, you'll be able to find that out. And that Wolf Break role is when you're taking a vacation from uploading content, when you're taking a vacation from not being on the server, or when you're not doing streams or videos. So, of course, I've just released the latest episode, which is episode 4, and I've finally got the episode back out. I'm trying to find time to record those episodes, trying to find time to record the content that I want to do on a day-to-day basis to get these videos up, as well as doing my daily vlogs, as well as doing streaming for 7 hours on top each day. It's put me into the mindset that from now on, 7 hours a day is just not going to happen. I'm not going to do 7-hour streams unless, of course, we're streaming for 3-4 hours and next thing I know it's 7 hours, because no one in the community, everyone's enjoying the community is growing, and we just have that fun and that time. But where my channel on Twitch can be quite low in numbers, it just doesn't give me the feeling that I want to continue with this, which is why I struggle to make things look a lot more better. Now, this whole podcast is about 16 minutes in length at the moment, because I'm not going to cut it out. Nothing's going to be edited out of it, including when I knock this blooming microphone stand. The amount of times I'm doing that, I apologise. But basically, it's going to be uploaded raw. There's not going to be any edits to it. And then we'll get the videos and the audio come out of it as well. So it's all going to come out at different times. But I really like the idea of doing a podcast, sitting down, having a chat with you, and just, having a bit of a discussion about certain things. Now, that could be about discussions about my dogs. It could be discussions about my health. It could be discussions about games. Could be discussions about any of my interests that I go on, sailing, or maybe there's something else. It could really have to be in one of those situations, or maybe having an interview with other people and get other people involved in this channel in a collaborative type of environment will make life a lot more easier to, create that content and share the content out there. Which, if, for example, you do want to be on this podcast, leave a comment down below, let me know. Don't forget to join the Discord as well, because the Discord is the best and mainly the best place to contact me now. I do have an email address that has been reopened to you guys to contact me by email. Those are more for business requests, such as these podcasts, or for example, if someone did want to sponsor me in the future for a podcast or for any of my videos, then they can go ahead and go there, and then I'll send them a media pack that I have, which tells them all the services that I'm currently able to be able to do sponsorship. But I'm looking for that in about 6-7 months down the line. I'm not expecting it anytime soon. So if it does happen sooner rather than then, that's great. But at the moment, I'm trying to do this for fun and trying to do this for entertainment, and also learning the ropes of different platforms and trying to get things out. So, of course, one thing I also want to do is try and make some clips of this, put them up as shorts, put them up as TikToks as well. So it starts to generate and roll the whole of the audience in and try and get people in, which will then make people want to go and check out the Twitch channel, which is the Eddie Plays Minecraft Stuff Twitch channel. And then I also want to try and get people to move over to my YouTube channels and click subscribe and just grow my audience. Now, being the fact that this is a recorded, complete to raw, in the background you just heard some dogs bark. I'm not going to cut that out. That's not going to be cut out. I kind of want to show you the raw stuff that I go through on a day-to-day basis. Because, in all honesty, sometimes having a dog bark, it creates environments. When you're trying to record on a day-to-day basis, the amount of times I've looked at myself and gone, why have I even started recording? Because this happens. Now, inside this room, you can probably see through my glasses through a reflection. Just over there, I have a red strip of lights going through. You can probably just see it there. That red strip of lights is a LED strip that I have going through. It goes over to my door, which lets the people know outside that I'm busy or recording or doing something else like that. They change colours from red to green. Green means that I'm available to talk to, and the other ones are random rainbow colours, which is basically my streaming type setup. Then I'm streaming. There's also off or night mode, which basically means I'm going to sleep. which is a good thing because, of course, it just makes them understand where my comfort levels are and allows me to have the time out for myself, especially with my autism. There are times that I feel very overwhelmed and very close and just really can't get something out of my head. And that's where having the option to just click the red button on my thing and turn it from green to red at that time just really helps people know that I just need some space, and that's what my brain's going for. When I'm ready again, I'll turn it back green again, so they know that it will turn green, they know it will turn red, and they know what those mean. And that's just shining directly on my door, so when my door's shut, they know exactly what's happening because I've routed the whole LED strip outside my door. It's a brilliant way of being able to communicate with people who I know in a non-verbal way. It's more of a, this is what I feel. Red means don't enter, I'm not in the mood, or I'm recording or doing something else. Green means enter, have a chat with me. And flashing colour means I'm live, which it gives that opportunity a lot of the time. And that really, really does help. The next thing I want to talk about is my recent security breach. So on my birthday, this didn't help with everything with the Twitch. So on my birthday, I had a big massive security breach. I believe there was a Trojan on one of my PCs at the time. Those have all been removed and have been quarantined, so that doesn't happen again. And I've implemented extra security features that won't happen again. But when that happened, I had my Bitwarden, which is my password manager. Now, I still swear by them on a day-to-day basis. They're absolutely brilliant. But I had my Bitwarden broken into, which means that they got access to every one of my passwords. Because all of my passwords are unique, about 40 characters long. So trying to get one single password, and the fact that I had about 6 accounts broken into, means something had happened. And one of them was my Gmail. Now, I no longer use Gmail as my main primary contact method. I used to use it. I used to swear by it. I now don't swear by it at all. I absolutely hate it because in my Gmail, messages and emails that I had been sent to me were actually deleted. And these emails include the security emails like from Amazon saying, hey, someone's accessed your account. We think you should change your password or something like that. I had none of those emails at the time. And it turns out I found some of them in the deleted items and some of them were, well, I never received. Maybe even they were permanently deleted by something. So having all that situation where I had recording, where I had things going through, I had my live stream going on, which was already planned for 4 hours that day, which then went completely and utterly crazy to about 40 hours. Trying to implement this whole thing and trying to get things going, it was difficult in itself to try and do this. And I believe I took about a half an hour to a 2 hour break on that day just to get those started. Bear in mind, I wanted to start at midday and continue on until the time I'd finished. So I already started off on a bad footing, and then by the end of the day I was shattered because I was spending a lot of my time for the next 3-4 days of those streams changing my passwords, changing my emails, changing all my contact details, making sure that my accounts are resecure. So they are now all resecure. All my emails have been changed, my passwords have been changed, and everything is a lot more easier. Only my email address that I use for certain situations, for certain things, is different to what I use for my social stuff, and it's a different email to what I use for other things. The service that I use is called Proton Mail. It's a brilliant service. I'm just going to point that out. I'm actually paying for one of the extra features on this, and the reason why I'm doing that is because it allows me to create multiple email addresses for my thing. So I can say, hey, contact me at this email address for this type of thing. For example, YouTube is one of these email addresses which is displayed on my YouTube channel. And then for my banking stuff, my private stuff, anything that's really important comes through on a separate email address, which is that one. So that was ones including my close friends to get access to that email. And then there's, for example, other stuff like social media that will go through to a different email address because that makes it a little bit more secure. And it all still comes through to the same mail server, but of course that changes my login details or login credentials for each of the main security things, which in other words protects my account, which stops major data breaches from happening. And this is one thing that I like about Bitwarden. If I was to go to my Bitwarden vault, there's a couple of options that I can do, such as checking to see if any of my passwords have been breached in any of the data breaches. I can check see if anything has come up recently. I can check see what's happening on my record, what's been there, and it's been difficult in itself to try and get things, correct and absolutely okay. Anyway, this stream or this video is about 30 minutes long. I'm going to pause it at this point onwards. We're going to do about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe in an hour episodes whenever I do these podcasts. If you want to check out my podcast, click subscribe on the vlog channel or go check me out all the other places where I will be uploading them to in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.